She's just hoping for another opportunity.
She's here in the drug case. Since the beginning of the case, she hasn't tested.
Understood, Your Honor.
You get the court thing cleared up, but then you had the other thing, and I still, from the time of year, I don't have a test on you.
I can go take one today. Is there a way that I can get somebody? I have my daughter here with me.
Ma'am, you probably shouldn't have done that. Ma'am?
Come on this way.
Ma'am, go with my bailiff now. Now.
Today, we're back in Judge Simpson's courtroom, and this defendant walks in acting like every condition of her release was optional. Right away, the excuses start piling up. She says she wasn't given clear instructions, nobody properly explained the process, and she didn't really understand what the court expected from her. The problem? Judges hear explanations like this all the time, and Judge Simpson doesn't seem interested in debating who said what. He's focused on one simple question: were the court's orders followed or not? As this hearing moves forward, it becomes obvious that this isn't really about confusion anymore. It's about responsibility. And the more she talks, the more the conversation shifts away from misunderstanding and toward accountability. So what do you think? Was she honestly confused, or was she hoping the court would accept that excuse? Let's dive in.
Thank you. In regards to the PCC, Your Honor, we are requesting an adjournment just for some continued negotiations.
All right. With reference to the violation.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Haynes is prepared to admit to the bond violation today and provide an explanation.
All right. I'll accept the admission, but what's the explanation?
Your Honor, it does state in the bond violation report that on the 22nd, when she reported she was visibly ill at the time, she explained to me that she has diabetes, and shortly after that went into DKA and did have to be hospitalized for a few days. So unfortunately, she ended up missing that new scheduled appointment as well as her first PCC. After missing the PCC, she did contact me, and we worked to get this case set to do a bench warrant recall. So she is willing to test. She is willing to comply on bond. She is sorry that she missed that appointment, and she's hoping to have an opportunity to go touch base with community corrections today and reschedule.
Thank you.
But okay, I hear what you're saying, but when I look at this, all of the events that I have in this occurred at basically toward the end of September.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm now almost 30 days out and nothing's been corrected.
And Ms. Haynes indicated to me that she wasn't aware that she needed to make contact with community corrections because she had the bench warrant.
I didn't know that I can just go back there and...
Yeah, but once the bench warrant was cleared, she still... That doesn't even make any sense to me.
They told me that I had to wait when well, first they told me I had to do it online.
Do what online?
For the bench warrant.
That's fine.
Yeah, and I didn't know that the warrant was cleared until I come to court today. And I thought I needed another referral to go back to community corrections. I didn't know I could just walk back in there and do it all over again with a warrant. I tried to come up here and walk in on a warrant, but they told me that they only do it once a month, at the end of the month on Wednesdays. And that would have been yesterday, but I had received a...
Yeah, but where were you between that? All of this occurred September 2nd. I get what counsel's telling me, that at some point you're in the hospital for a few days. So even if that takes me to the end of September, which is giving a lot of grace just in terms of time, I'm now here on the 23rd and nothing.
Because they told me that I could not walk in on the warrant. And I didn't know that I could just go back to community correction.
You have an attorney.
Mm-hmm.
And Your Honor,
I was contacting the attorney, and when I was contacting the attorney, she was telling me that she didn't even, well, it was a he. It wasn't even her. It was a whole different attorney I had. We were texting back and forth, and I was asking him questions, and he was saying he was in court. He don't know. He'll find out. And then he told me I could do it online, so I just did it online.
And Your Honor, I will say Ms. Haynes does want to resolve this case. She did make steps to take care of the bench warrant and to get the case back on track. So she's just hoping for another opportunity.
She's hearing a drug case. Since the beginning of the case, she hasn't tested.
Understood, Your Honor.
As the hearing continues, the court starts reviewing everything that happened while she was out on bond. She explains that she was dealing with medical issues and even spent time in the hospital, and those situations can absolutely make it harder for someone to keep up with their obligations. But Judge Simpson isn't only looking at those few days. He's looking at the entire timeline, because here's the reality. Bond conditions don't suddenly disappear when life becomes complicated. If someone can't meet those requirements, the court expects communication. That usually means contacting an attorney, notifying probation, or reaching out to the court instead of simply missing appointments and hoping the situation works itself out. Judge Simpson gives her plenty of time to explain, but he's also comparing those explanations to the actual record. And that record shows multiple missed requirements over an extended period. At some point, judges stop focusing on explanations and start focusing on actions. Taking responsibility doesn't mean having a perfect excuse. It means acknowledging what happened and showing the court that you're making an effort to fix it. By this point, it feels like Judge Simpson has already narrowed the issue down to one question. Was this genuine confusion, or was it a failure to follow clear instructions?
I hadn't tested, Your Honor, because I didn't know that I could just, by me missing mine, I didn't know that I could just go walk back in. I thought I needed another referral, or I would have went over there and walked in and
tested. It's not as though you didn't have an attorney, whether it be the previous attorney, whether it be Ms. Foster Tucker, to tell you what you could do regarding community corrections, if anything. But, you didn't abide by community corrections. You didn't appear in court. You get the court thing cleared up, but then you had the other thing. And I still, from the time of year, I don't have a test on you.
I can go take one today. I can go over there right now when I leave here. But I just need to know, am I assigned?
I will adjourn her probable cause conference to October 30th, 2025, 9 a.m. Anything you want to say before I send you on the violation?
No, sir.
Well, at this point, she's not complied with everything. I'm going to revoke her bond, sentence her to 7 days, Washtenaw County Jail. Defendant's remanded.
Is there a way that I can get somebody? I have my daughter here with me.
Ma'am, you probably shouldn't have done that.
But she only had a half a day of school today.
Ma'am?
Come on this way.
They'll figure it out.
Okay. Let me get her this.
Yep, I'll give it. One back.
Ma'am, go with my bailiff now. Now.
By the end of the hearing, Judge Simpson reaches his decision. He points out that during the entire time she was released on bond, she failed to complete the required drug testing and didn't fully comply with the conditions the court had already explained. And that's the key issue. From the court's perspective, these weren't suggestions. They were conditions attached to the privilege of remaining out of custody. After considering everything, Judge Simpson orders 7 days in jail. Honestly, the sentence seems less about punishment and more about sending a message. Bond conditions are supposed to be followed from the beginning, not only after someone realizes they're about to face consequences. Cases like this are a reminder that probation and bond are opportunities, but they come with responsibilities. Courts expect defendants to communicate when problems happen, follow the conditions they're given, and make a consistent effort to stay compliant. So what do you think? Was 7 days in jail a fair consequence, or should the court have imposed a harsher penalty for repeatedly ignoring the conditions of release? Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.